All right. What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy day 2 of the $400 Colossus event, which is starting in 2 minutes. We're just about to go. I was just testing out this day 2 share selling feature on the GGPoker platform. So you can sell shares directly on the poker client, which is pretty cool. It's like, I don't know if you can do that on any other poker client yet. I don't think you can. And not only that, but you can actually sell shares when you make day 2. It gives you this adjusted stack markup thing. It gives you this formula of what markup your shares will be sold at. And you can adjust it even further. So I set it to even markup, this markup, and then it adjusts it based on their formula of day 2 starting chips divided by day 1 starting chips. So we have 57 big blinds. So we're in decent shape at the moment. And that kicks out an adjusted stack markup of 11.54. And I put 10% up for sale. Looks like there's one left. Might not get sold in time. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I put a cap per person of 1%. Yeah. That's what's happening. Hope you guys are doing well. All is well down here in Mexico. Just been on the online grind. No bracelets yet. Let's see here. So here's the payout structure, and it looks like 1,575 people will make the money, unless this changes. We'll see what happens once this actually starts. It's going to start in less than a minute. And it says, that should be right. There's 1,900 of us left, so we are a little under 400 players away from the money. So that's kicking off just about now. And then later on, in 30 minutes, they're restarting this tournament, which they had to pause because all hell broke loose on like the biggest day 1 of the GGPoker WSOP thing. They made some server adjustments. Hopefully this goes off without a hitch this time. We'll see. We'll find out in 30 minutes, but hopefully all is well now. We're only in level 5, I think. Yeah, we're in level 5 of this event. So they had to pause it, sort some things out over the course of a week, and then they're going to fire that back up. So that's not day 2. It is actually day 1, level 5, but that will pop up once that gets going, and it looks like we are off and running here. So I'm probably usually going to leave my chips in this big blinds amount. You can switch back and forth. It's definitely more useful for me to have it in number of big blinds than it is for the actual chips. Maybe I'll leave it in this when I'm not in a hand and then try and switch back when I am in a hand, but I'll probably forget. All right, what's up, guys? B jamming first into the chat. Eric Whiteley, Michael Oporto, Brofessor. What's up, dudes? Big Red, Michael Patton, Andy Edge, Jimmy Moon, Nikola Ilyevsky. What's up, guys? Fire up some tunage. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the good luck wishes. We'll keep an eye on the number of people in here that remain. So currently we're in 230th out of 1,900. And we need to get down to this number, 1,575, in order to make the money. Min cash in this thing is $840. Just trying to see. Okay, looks like okay. So I sold 9% of myself for this tournament. I was just saying you can do this day 2 share selling thing. I started with 5%. That went really quickly. Set it for another 5%, and 4 out of that second 5% got sold. So I have 91% of myself. All right. Yeah, as mentioned, Brad Owen still in this tournament as well. How many big blinds do you have, Brad? He can't hear me. I guess we could just look him up. I think he's got about half the chips that I do. So somewhere around 30 big blinds. What's up, Kyle? Big fan. Enjoy your content. Good luck. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the $5. So as you can see, this is already moving pretty quickly here. Yeah, here's the tournament clock. Average stack is 337. We have 573. Okay. We're going to play down to the final table today, and then I believe the final table plays out next weekend on Saturday. Fingers crossed. But, yeah, this is going to move pretty quickly. There's a bunch of short stacks in there. Moving on down, we need to get to 1575 for the money. There's now 1877 of us in here. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, Benjamin Adler, my good buddy? I hope you aren't nervous nor hungover, GLGL. You make me nervous. Definitely not hungover, though. Hope I can perform for you, Benjamin Adler. MJF says, have you considered playing from a Whole Foods? We haven't found a Whole Foods down here in Mexico. We have found a Costco and a Walmart, so we could try those. If things don't go well today, maybe next time I'll try playing from one of those. Shout out to Ryan DePaulo. The man of the hour, the vlogger of the hour. Putting up those WSOP results. Constantine A in the chat. How's it going, man? Or it says, are you allowed in Mexico without an open container? Yeah, you are allowed, believe it or not. Beach Fraser says, what's the prize pool? Prize pool is $4.7 million. They guaranteed $3 million. Looks like they crushed it. Pretty sick. For a $400 buy-in. They had a ton of flights. But first place is a mere damn near $600,000 plus some sort of a WSOP Europe package worth about $15,000. 6 figures all the way down to 6th place. 5 figures all the way down to 31st place. Min cash, $1,575. So yeah, I sold 9% of this at the day 2 adjusted stack markup, which was interesting. Just trying it out, see how we like it, but the adjusted stack markup that it gave me is 11.54, which means each of my shares, each of 1%, each 1%. There's some fly action happening around here, but each 1% was like 40 something. $46. Fruit flies. Got some fruit fly nonsense happening here. So $46 per share. And I sold 9 of those. So feeling okay about making the money here with that, or making day 2 with that chip stack, which allowed me to sell 1% at $46 each. That's without adding additional markup. That's just with the adjusted stack size markup. So based on how healthy you're sitting in day 2, it'll provide a markup for you. And then you can add additional markup to that if you want. I didn't do that. I just left it at even markup and just did the adjusted stack markup. So No playable hands yet. What's your stack position, says Sam. This is, if you look right up here, this is the information that you request. Currently in 267th out of 1,800 people. So we started with 1,900 something. We've already lost 100 players. When you get this many people in the tournament, it's going to move pretty quickly with so many tables. Just trying to get down to the shorties here. Yeah, so you can see here, there's going to be a lot of short stacks. This guy here has less than 1 big blind. Here's a couple of guys with about 1 big blind, and then a bunch of people with less than 5 big blinds. So these people are going to be firing, getting the money in. All right, I'm going to let the 8-5 go. The rabbit hunt feature, sometimes it's rewarding, sometimes it's tilting. This time, rewarding. If anything weird happens with the stream, like if it drops out due to YouTube stuff, then just give it like 5 minutes and refresh it. I'll bring the stream back up. Probably without music if that happens, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Not too much happening for us on this flop. A couple of backdoor draws. It's a good card. Beating second and bottom pair now. Happy to call 1 big blind. Happy to call small bet on the river as well. Mediocre river card. See how much he wagers. What's up, Michael? How's it going, man? Thanks for the $1.99. Leaning towards folding. Have the 10 of diamonds. So we blocked 10-9, which is an open-ender on the turn. We have a diamond, so that blocks some diamond draws on the turn. He could be playing pretty careful pre-flop and on the flop with an ace. So leaning towards the fold here. I think he's going to want to protect his chip stack a fair amount of the time. Don't know. Could be nitty, could not. Hey, Jim G. Play good. Good luck, brother. I'll do my best. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for your support. Member of the Hand History Lounge. Thanks for the $4.99. Jamin Burton, working on them vlogs. Some fun stuff that he's working on. Looking forward to his next video. Mika from Finland. Finland sends always good luck. It's about time Andrew gets his own bracelet. Wouldn't that be something? Thanks, Mika. Thanks for the €5. What's up, loudmouth Jason? New Brunswick, Canada. Is that what that is? NB Can, I assume. What's up, Guillaume? E-hole. 9%. That's not bad at all, but the adjustment is kind of foobar. I don't know. I mean, your input is welcome. I don't really have too much of an opinion about it. I just tested it out, sold a little bit, see how it went, see how it goes. Is this the same Colossus Brad Owen made day 2 of? It is. This is the only one. What's up, Sai Kishore Kavali from India? How many places paid? If you just look up here, place paid. When we get down to 1,575 people. They're giving us the rag so far. Shoulder has been not great. Andrew, are you able to play GGPoker in Nevada, or do you have to be out of the country? You have to be out of the country, unfortunately. Got to be outside of the U.S. of A. E-hole, your hand analysis is extremely logical, and I have learned a lot. Thank you. Sometimes it's not so logical in the moment, but I try my best. It's kind of the way poker goes. I mean, in the moment, in the heat of the moment, mistakes will be made. But the good news is that with vlogging, you can take some time, think about it, edit it together, and present it. Take a look at your mistakes, things you did wrong in the moment. Try and do better next time. That's how it goes. Shoulder. Ace deuce, not quite good enough. Thanks for the $5 though, E-hole. Appreciate it. Michael says, shouldn't 1% on 400 be $4 and not $40? At the start of the tournament, it would be, but when you make it to day 2 and you survive deeper into the tournament and you build up a chip stack from the starting stack, the starting chips was 50,000. So when you first buy into the tournament, you would sell shares of that 50,000. But I'm selling shares of 500,000 is how this works. And there's also been a bunch of people that have been eliminated and their money is in the prize pool. So we have more chips with people that have already busted out of the tournament and their money in the prize pool. So your 1% wouldn't be the same 1% at the start of the tournament. There's more value in this chip stack than there is the original 50,000. Hence the adjusted stack markup, as they call it. So I don't know. Is this Alan Kessler to your left, chainsaw? I don't know. I don't know if this is actually him. This person is in the UK, so it could be. If anyone knows if Alan Kessler moved to the UK or traveled to the UK to play the WSOP over there, then perhaps it's him. But it could be a different chainsaw. Aces. Queen 8, not going to do it. So we got about 100 players to go. 105 exactly before we're in the money here. Haven't had any real playable hands aside from the limp in with the Jack 10. Lost a little bit of chips there so far. Started out around 220 or 250th place. Down to 360 now. Hey, Andrew Nemi, have you considered setting up a Streamlabs account so that you can avoid YouTube's 30% theft? No, I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with that, I guess. I guess you just set up some donation platform somehow. I'll check it out. Have a defending hand here, most likely, unless there's a bunch of action. Less than 100 players to go now before the money. Expect the wizard to open pretty high frequency. Could flat call, could 3-bet. Just going to 3-bet here, or just going to flat call here, I should say. Lean towards flat call more often. Pretty good flop here. I'm pretty tempted to just let him represent this flop. Represent this board. Pretty good turn card. Expect him to give up there, pretty high frequency. I expect him to bet a lot of things when I check to him, but I also expect him to just check back and give up a lot of the time. Even with a 6, when I try and get some value from a 6. We're gonna have to call a jam here if he happens to have ace-6. That would be quite unfortunate. He calls with king high, so I can't imagine he would be value betting that on the river. And that's a pretty good result. Get all that value from king high. Get rich or die scratching. Good luck. Just found poker on YouTube and I'm obsessed. Cool. Glad you found us. Thanks for the $4.99. Middle pair. Could check, could bet, deny equity. Either way seems fine. All right, I'm going to bet for some equity denial. If he has a hand like... If he has a hand like Queen 10, I imagine he would have stabbed there, but... If he has a hand like ace-5, we can get value from that. 1 over plus a gutter. Ace-5, ace-4. Some straight draws available on this turn card. Ten puts an overcard to our pair. Not too sure how much value we can get here. We do block straights, but I don't know if we need to turn this hand into a bluff, so check seems prudent. Check, check. Ace 5. Couple of victories here as we are getting on down close to the money. Chorzy, what's up, man? How's it going? We can flat here on the button. Could do a couple of things, I think. Mostly flat. Can't imagine any squeeze plays happening out of this fellow. Flop a gutter, backdoor flush draw. So we'll see one card facing a c-bet. It's a good c-bet. It's a good board for him to c-bet. Checks it. Interesting. We could bet small here and then check back on turns. Try and get all the way to the river for a small amount of chips. Could do that. Could just check it back. Should be a board that's better for his range than it is mine. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see a check raise here, but I think people are going to play pretty straightforward. Interesting turn card. So we lose to ace 10, which he could play this way. And if that's the case, we have him covered at least, so I won't be folding. Would be quite unfortunate and annoying, but that's poker, I suppose. Occasionally. 65 big blinds going into a break here. I'm going to pause the music just because of YouTube stuff and be back within 5 minutes. All right, guys, as you can see, this other tournament has restarted. We're in level 5 here. So this is the $1,111 everyone for COVID relief Caesar's Cares bracelet event. Pretty similar to the $1,111 little one for one drop. I guess this time we're doing it for COVID relief. King Jack seems playable. So we're going to have a little multi-table action going on. You guys will have to forgive me if I miss a lot of your chats here. $30 seconds to go on the break in the Colossus. Flop a gutter and an over. So this is a new table. I don't have any hands played with these folks. Happy to win it. Raise it up. Interesting. Not really a super great flop for us to represent too much when the board comes paired and somewhat middling. But I'm not sure how great check call is. Maybe it's reasonable. Just avoid this sort of a thing. We're still going to be behind a decent number of hands there, but he could also be trying to slow us down with other hands. I'm not sure how much value we can get here with a bet on the river, so just going to check it, probably check call, unless he like rips all in or something. We'll use a 7-8 and Queen Jack. We do block Queen Jack. I'm not really sure what he would bet for value here that we can beat other than King Jack that he raised the flop with as a semi-bluff. But we have King Queen, so it feels like a pretty good hand here. And it doesn't look like we have too much when we check the river. So not loving it. One of those kind of things where we don't love it, but feels too good to fold. Sorry, 1 second. We'll see whether we win or lost. We lose versus Ace King, which is pretty interesting that he chooses the min raise on that flop with that hand and doesn't 3-bet pre-flop. So pretty odd combination of things going on in that hand. Just going to fold this. This is one of the worst aces that I would open from under the gun. Doesn't play all that great. Out of position. Probably multi-way. Possibly multi-way, I should say. So we have a little bit higher hopes for this tournament than we do for that tournament, just considering this is day 2. And we are in pretty good shape at the moment. We're in 143rd out of 1594. Getting closer to the money. Need to lose 19 players. And then we'll be in the money. Let this hand go. Well, will we let this hand go? Pretty close to the money here. Could put a little bit of pressure on. We have a good stack. All right. All right. Seems like a very reasonable spot to raise, though, especially because the big blind is pretty short. The Jack 10, let's defend. Flop an open ender here. Probably not the best board to check raise here, considering it's high card heavy and it should favor the under the gun opener. Happy with that turn card. I'm going to check here since this board favors him pretty well, and it might be tough to get value from hands that he is not all that happy with. Definitely going to check raise this. Hope that he puts us on a semi-bluff. Two flush draws out there, so it is possible. And when he checks back the turn, it's unlikely that he has this hand. So he could be thinking along those lines, but no action. Maybe too big of a check raise. But when it's a pretty dynamic board with 2 flush draws and 3 straightening cards up there. So usually when that's the case, you want to size up. Entering hand for hand play. No music? You guys don't hear any music? It's just me. I'm just rocking out over here by myself. Is that true? It could be very faint. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you guys are hearing it or not, but if it is, it's probably very faint for you guys. Which is for the best, because YouTube, they get pretty touchy-feely. No, not touchy-feely, just, you know, they get a little uneasy with copyrighted music. Okay, so each table will play 1 hand, and this is to prevent stalling. So we have to wait for all the tables to conclude that one hand before we get dealt the next hand. And with this many players in there, it could take a little while for each hand to wrap up. But we can keep an eye on these tiny stacks here. This person has less than one big blind. And if we take a look at this table, he's sitting out for some reason. Maybe he forgot day 2 is happening. Not sure where the button is. Guess we'll find out in a little bit. But yeah, lots of small stacks here. These guys are going to be in trouble pretty soon. Lots of stacks where they have less than 2 big blinds. And we need to lose. This means around the bubble. That also means around the bubble. Ace 8, I could get after it here. I have an ace blocker, and people are going to want to be pretty careful, I think, in this tournament. There's some short stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these guys are under 20 big blinds, so they're basically just auto-folding. Wizard of Odds might defend. He seems like he's down to mix it up a little bit. So he might defend. Pocket Kings in the 1K. Following a limp. What is happening with this music? So the ace 8 gets through, which is lovely. We see a huge re-raise jam. So we'll be all in here in a second in the 1K, the $1,111 with Pocket Kings. Generally love to see it. Do we love to see this run out that's about to come? Doesn't matter. He has aces. King ball one time. King ball. He needs an ace and an ace only. That's a heart. That's not an ace. How about a little running hot? Doubled up in the 1K with kings versus aces. Yeah, super sick. Tough hand for that fellow. Good hand for us. All right. Still looks like 1581. Let's take a look here, see if we can see. Nope. Looks like, how many people do we need? 1575. Okay, we are down to 1578 now. And still have all these people here with less than 2 big blinds. And this guy is going to be under the gun, it looks like. This guy. So one more hand after that, and then he'll be all in. Sick one. Kings versus aces. What? What's up, Hector Rubin? Need me opinion on Ryan DePaulo, D-Negs, Doug Polk, beef. Opinion on Ryan DePaulo. Seems like a fun dude. Videos, definitely fun. Awesome to see a poker vlogger getting some results and some hardware. He's having himself a summer. I've chatted about him before. He, paints himself as this degen gambler, which I'm sure he has those tendencies. He does get in the mix, but he also seems like he's got some tournament skills because he had some big results last year, big results this year. So he definitely has some skills and an edge on these types of fields. The second part of your question, not today. Focused on some other things today. Queens now. 1577 left. We need to lose 2 more players before we're in the money here. Believe it or not, I would probably actually fold if this guy does something like ridiculous, even though we cover him. To to lose this stack in this point of the tournament would be miserable, and he shouldn't be doing anything like super crazy without the super premiums. So you call from the cutoff. Reasonable good flop. I'm happier to bet this one out of position than I am the 10-9-9, even though I probably should not have bet that one at all. Maybe. Debatable. But happy to see bet this small. Let's go 1.8 big blinds. Fold that. See call. Lose to pocket jacks now. Still losing to a king. Lose to pocket fours. Let's check and see what happens here. Looks like we're in the money now. Pretty straightforward call here. Nine shouldn't change too much. I imagine he would check back pocket nines on the turn. Kind of a similar situation. Don't love it. Feel like should lean towards call. We are in the money now, so he doesn't need to be super careful. We have 171 players left now, and 1571 and 1575 make the money. So pretty lame kind of a spot. I feel like he might have taken a careful line with ace king. It's only 8 bigs, and we have 50. So we have a pretty healthy chip stack, even if we lose this hand. I just feel like he took a careful line with like ace king or pocket jacks and is in good shape here. But again, feels too good to fold. Okay. Sometimes I just don't imagine people getting out of line when maybe I should give them more bluffs. Maybe he's even got some value hands there, like ace jack. If he floated the flop with ace 5 of hearts, then maybe he floats the flop with ace jack of like if he has ace jack of clubs here, it's the same as ace 5 of hearts where he's got a backdoor flush draw and backdoor straight draw. He could easily have ace jack of clubs there and be value betting this on the river. It's possible, especially once we're in the money. Ace deuce. Okay, well, we got folded out. Deal me in, please. Thank you. Just gonna fold here. Not too much going on, but we are in the money of the Colossus, so that's good. I'm just going to let this go, even though we're getting a pretty good price. Versus under the gun range, usually pretty strong. Having to play out of position versus 2 people, usually more implied odds than there are things working in our favor, but either way. Fold the jack deuce. 72 big blinds now, so feeling good. We're in 65th position. This number is going to cruise on downwards now that there's a bunch of short stacks that are in the money. A lot of those people are going to want to flick the stack in there. 3-6, not great. Having some debates about how to set these tables up. This look right here is tiled, but obviously you can't see all that. So I could go this. I could do this. But I have a feeling this is too small for you guys. Let me know what you guys think about this. I don't think it looks great. But if you guys like to see both the tables at the same time, let me know. I have to wait 5 minutes for your feedback now. That's the only problem. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you prefer this or if you just prefer the one table full view and then switching back and forth. We got over a million in chips. Let's get in there. Mark says, "What's your favorite not good hand?" I have too many of them. Too many to name. Anything suited and mildly connected, I'm in there usually. Not so much in tournaments. Tournaments, you just have to be a little more careful. Suited connectors and suited gappers don't really have the same value as they do in a deep stack cash game, simply because you're not deep stacked in these things a lot of the time. So it looks like the blinds have gone up. So we are at 61 big blinds over here. Just under a milli now after the ace-7 doesn't work out. Can always get that. Always interesting to see the live chat thoughts on a hand as it's playing out. One person says he has pocket jacks fold. The next person says he has ace jack. A couple people said he has ace jack. Ronnie says, how do you change the bet button, the big blinds? It's in the options. I don't know if you're asking like how do you set it up in the settings. It's in the settings somewhere. I'm not going to really go through it all at the moment, but if you can't figure it out, message me after we're done grinding here. Just look at the Brazil flag. It means bluff 90% of the time. Fair enough. What does Mexico mean? What does the Mexican flag mean in poker terms, in poker player tendency terms? I imagine English means kind of nitty. The Scandinavian countries, aggro, I would imagine. Asian countries, gambly, I would imagine. What does German mean? Not sure. Just like super precise bet sizing all the time, every hand. What's up, Steve Slavins? Thanks for streaming and keeping us entertained. Thanks for being here. Thanks for rolling along and hanging out. Two sevens in the 1K event. Michael Liu says, can you play WSOP from anywhere or only Vegas/Jersey? You can only play the WSOP.com site in New Jersey, Nevada, and Delaware. And this site is GGPoker, which you can only play from outside of the United States. I'm going to call here with the sevens. Try to hit a 7 ob. We do not. Not a great flop. Bunch of hands that have equity that don't have us beat yet. Still have us in bad shape. Hand like king, queen. 2 overs and a gutter. Jack is good for him as well. So I'm just going to fold this suited connector from under the gun here for reasons previously mentioned. Let's see here. I'm getting some feedback. Looks fine on stream, not too small. Just show one table, too small, looks fine. Can see the tile fine. I prefer the other way maximized. Too small, looks fine, small. Reviews are very mixed. I'm still not sure what to do here. Probably won't be folding this hand. Only question is to call or raise here. I think we have good equity against overpairs here. All right, we're going to need to improve here, it looks like. So let's hope for the best. 3, 6, or 5, please. That's a 3. Now he needs a 6 to chop. We hit 2 of our outs on the turn and the river. So that's a good result. Got him. Unlucky, dude. Unlucky. The overlay takes up too much room. Yeah, there's a lot of unused screen space when I have this tile like this. So I think I'm just going to focus on the Colossus, and anytime something interesting happens, I'll bring in the 1K. If that is okay with you guys. Whoops. Flop a pair and a straight draw. All right, I'm going to play this hand before I keep moving these tables. I'm going to go for some thin value here. Let's bet 1 big blind. Try and get value from a 9 or a deuce. Nope. All right, 5-4. I'm just going to fold and try and get this back. Take the blinds down with a jack 9. Sixes. I'm going to flat call if either of these guys raise. 4 big blinds. Come on, man. It's a pretty sizable raise. It makes our odds less good. 6s, I guess, let it go. 7s, have to call. 6s seems borderline, I think. Can maybe call. I guess when he makes it 4x, lean towards fold. Could still be a little bit nitty. Go ahead. Queen Jack, playable. This again? This again? 4 big blinds. German is nitty. German is knit. Janevsky says, I'm Estonian and aggro, LOL. Mexican flag means balls. Nice. What's up, Tyler? German is robot. Thanks for the $5 and the information on the German robots. Brad is still in the Colossus. Yes. How many chips you got, Brad? What was that? How many chips you got? I have like 14 big blinds. 14 big blinds. Still alive. Thanks for the $4.99, dude. Appreciate it. Belarus is make a pair and hold on for dear life. Johnny says you should do a real-time chat in Slack. Interesting. Do you mean like a real-time video chat where I'm not sharing my screen? That could be interesting, I guess. But I can't really talk about the hand. I'm not sure how that would work because I wouldn't be able to talk about the hand out loud in case someone is in the chat that is on my table. So it's basically, as far as I know, impossible to do anything in real time when you're streaming live poker or streaming online poker. Fozzie says, cascade / overlap the tables larger so you can still see some of both tables and your cards. Let's just leave it. Just leave it like this for now. I appreciate the tips and the suggestions, though. Shout out to all 1,609 of you guys watching. If you're enjoying the stream, if you like poker, if you like poker vlogs and poker live streams, click the like button. Because it helps the channel out a ton. Rags, easy decisions at least with our 1.3 million chip stack. Sitting healthy at the moment in 35th place. 1,230 participants still in the Colossus. Can you play GGPoker in France or Denmark? Can't find the nations when I'm trying to sign up with your bonus code MUGS. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm not sure about France or Denmark. I do know that France has its own restricted site on other sites, but I'm not too sure about GG. Defend with a king 8. Not too much working for us here. You got it, dude. Pay jump. We got a pay jump? Yes, we made a pay jump. So we are now guaranteed $1,011. Nice. $400 buy-in here in this lovely little event. I am playing for 91% of myself. Gonna let that go. Did you know that number next to everyone's avatar is VPIP? I did. I did know that, Ernestas. So this is the VPIP, voluntary money put into the pot, which is also just a percentage of the hands that you're playing aside from the blinds. So I'm playing 27% of the hands so far that are dealt to me. The smaller number of hands that make up the sample size, the less important that number is. Nothing happening here yet. Backdoor straight draw. You got it, dude. You got it. Blind's gone up again. So 67. 15-minute levels, looks like. Ace King. Going to go ahead and I guess we could flat here. But it seems a little nitty. We'll limp in with the Jack 10. Just going to go ahead and get it in if it comes to that. The Jack 10, I'm going to bet one big blind. He peels. Interesting. All right, well, it's come to this. Just going to go ahead and get this in here. Just going to check this down. Don't want to see any spades. One spade is okay, but preferably no more. Brad is not streaming. we're working on getting this stream set up. So hopefully by tomorrow, we should be able to start testing it out and putting it all together. And then maybe not tomorrow, maybe not. We will be firing up the live stream on Brad's end, so you guys can sweat that action. What's up, Griffin? Thanks for the $1. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Jason says, do you have any bracelets, Andrew? I do not. I have 0 bracelets. 6s again. Different tournament. No 4x raises this time. Brad's all in the... Brad, I was just going to say, Brad is all in the 1K, and it sounds like it did not pan out all that well. Speaking of Brad, the jiggities. Well, the 6s, not going to work out here. This flop should be good for my range usually, but apparently not. Apparently not this time. Getting some bad news from Brad downstairs in the 1K event. He got all in with kings versus 10s. And the kings did not win. Couple of playable hands here. King, queen suited in the Colossus. And the jiggities down here. Check, check on the flop. Probably going to check, check again on, or I'm going to check at least. Happy to see it go check, check again. Open at a straight job. Obviously call here on the turn. Have good showdown value. Could block bet here. I think that's reasonable. Couldn't get value. You're gonna get called by a queen a lot of the time. If I check there and he bets, I'm gonna call there anyway, I think. But we aren't certain that he bets, but I'm fine with that. I mean, I think we can get value from some other pairs possibly, but maybe that's a little too ambitious. You're out of both? I just busted the Colossus and another bullet of the first hand. All right, we lost Bradley. We lost Bradley in both tournaments. Pankaj. We're delayed by 5 minutes. Everything you're watching happened 5 minutes ago. Griffin, thanks for the second $1. Thanks, dude. What's up, Drew Buckets, watching from Grosse Pointe and also named Andrew. Whoa, dude. What are the odds? Thanks for tuning in. I'll let this King 7 go. Could open King 9 suited. Maybe King 8 suited if we wanted to really mix it up. Yeah, we could open King 8 suited. King 7 seems like a fold. So this number hasn't been updating for whatever reason. This next payout, I don't know why it says 840. Because we're actually guaranteed... $1,011. Is that right? There's 1,081 people left. Yeah, so we're right here. We're at the $1,000 payout. Would have made a flush. Andrew wins the WSOP main event. Good question. Interesting spot here when this guy jams it in. I was a little hesitant to, I want to isolate this guy now, but I was hesitant to 3-bet versus this guy versus the under the gun raiser, even though there was a potential squeeze spot here. I am going to do it now just because there's so much value to be had, and we cover these guys by a lot. So I'm okay with it. This guy shouldn't be too strong too often. And even when this guy has this beat, there's so much value in here in squeezing and just getting it in. So we need an ace. Now we need a king. Ace or a king. Or 9. That's an ace. That is the ace of spades. So that works out. And this guy would have flopped a set. So could have been much worse if we just flat call there. Like I said, we get it in bad against the kings, but he's only got 6 bigs. And when there's all that dead money out there, we fold all these guys out. There's the antes, there's the small blind, there's the 2 blinds from him, the 2 blinds from him. It makes up for some of the equity mismatch. And then you just hit the ace of spades and you just forget about the rest of it. Make sense? That's the most important part, really. I feel like I might have folded 7-5 suited on that other table, although it might have been a 3-bet pot. I'm not sure. I'm going to bet here with 2 overs. Check the bottom pair over here. Could bet this with backdoor diamonds. Turn open-ended, so definitely going to fire away here. Going to overbet slightly. River trips. Looks like we got raised. We get raised all in, which is a bummer. I think I just have to fold. I don't want to just call it off for 20 bigs or 15 more bigs with an open ender that could be drawing to a chop, in fact. So I'm just going to let him have it. According to that rabbit hunt, we whiff anyway. Usually when they go ahead and raise or jam versus an overbet, it seems like they got to be pretty strong to be able to do that. Suited 10. Deuce is no good. Hit middle pair here. Versus 1 player, I would definitely bet. Versus 2 players, tempted to check and try and hit something. Probably same situation here, even though they aren't showing too much interest yet. We aren't going to improve too often versus hands that beat us. And I don't think we lose too much if we do get blown off the hand. I think I'm just going to check give up because I shouldn't have clubs here. I'm not sure he has all that great of a hand, but we have a pair of 4s. And we don't have any clubs in our hand, so I think I'm just going to let it go. Get rewarded with ace king. Rewarded for what? I'm not sure. Would be happy to see a jam from either of these guys. Would be less happy to see a jam from this guy, but just going to have to go with it anyway. Super dry flop. Mostly dry, I guess. Should be doing okay. Wouldn't be thrilled to see a raise here, and would be likely to give it up. Happy to see that. Happy to see that result. I'm going to let this go, even though we can put some pressure on with our chip stack. It's a pretty ragged ace. What's up, Jimmy B? Thanks for the $4.99. Would you have played any different than Matt Berkey the last two nights? Unfortunately, I did not peep the stream, so I can't really give any insight or input. But I will say that Matt Berkey definitely seems to know what he's doing. He's got fantastic results as a professional poker player. So I would lean towards his expertise rather than mine anyway. Thanks for the $4.99. Baba Booey 33 says, do you like the river peel? I actually like the river peel. Not everybody. It's not for everybody. I get it. A lot of people don't like the river peel. Me? I like the river peel. Right on cue, Benjamin Black says, river peel is a little annoying. I like it. I dig it. It definitely speaks to my fish tendencies, though. That's for sure. I'll let it go with a big stack over here. If this guy was a little shorter and more eager to protect the chips that he has, I would open this. But this guy's table chip leader, healthy stack of 66.7 big blinds. He's going to defend more often, I think. We got 58.8. 973 left. What's up, Jay Chambers? Thanks for not whistling into the mic like Berkey. You can expect me to whistle into the mic. I'm surprised I haven't yet. It's kind of a bad habit of mine, too. But appreciate it, dude. And Jean-Francois, I foresee flopped quad eights soon. Look at that. Dream, declare, deliver, you know. I also foresee flopped quad eights. My flopped quad eights. You have to specify that I'm going to flop them. I'm going to do the flopping of the quad eights. All right. We got a break for 5 minutes or so, I assume. They put both tables on the break at the same time, hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, should be. Okay. Back in less than 5. We got a shout out. Shout out is in order. Shout out to Ethan B in Cambridge, Massachusetts, for picking up the black money bands, which are now back in stock. You guys, black money bands are available. There's 24 packs available, and you get 3 lovely, strong money bands with each purchase, and free shipping, mind you. Look at this beauty. That Jack 5 can wait while we look at these money bands. Look at that. There it is, available now while supplies last. A mere $9 gets you 3 of these guys in a pack. All right, Jack 5 gone. Thanks, Ethan. Thanks for your support. 3 deuce gone. James asked, did your Boosie tag along? Nope, she's holding it down. She's holding it down in Vegas. So she will be sending out Ethan's money bands. Off to Massachusetts they go. I went back and watched all your past vlogs. It has helped my cash game a great deal. Thank you. Nice, dude. Happy to hear it. Glad the vids have been beneficial to you. I think for some people, the poker vlog thing is purely entertainment. For other people, infotainment. And for other people, informational only. Not there to watch drone shots. So it's pretty cool that you can make something that people enjoy on different levels. Niners, flushy. See, there you go. You just caught me whistling. Going to defend here with the ace. See what happens. The 7 of clubs is good / bad. Good because it gives us some pretty good backdoor possibilities. Bad because it blocks some of the possibilities that he would be betting with. Straightforward call here. Pretty good card for us. Either, I should say, good card or bad card for us. I think we want to err towards the smaller size. Maybe not. Maybe we'll go half pot. You can see bet with some big pairs underneath an ace and above a 9 that we can try and get value from. Not to be though. King Jack suited over here, facing a big blind player that's sitting out. Interesting. Okay. Not interesting now. King 8 suited will be raising if it folds to us, which it does not. See what's going on here on the payout situation. There's 932 players left, so we are about to hit a pay jump. 4 players away. 5 players away. Before a $200 pay jump. Lots of small stacks in here, so a lot of these folks will be busting very shortly. And just like that, we hit the pay jump. So we're guaranteed this much now, $1,216. So we've 3x'd our money in the tournament. I'm playing for 91% of myself. I sold 9%. So 9 different people bought 1%. Just gonna fold the king jack versus this Shevsky. Charles says, I just lost 18K playing blackjack at Thunder Valley. Sorry, buddy. Hopefully that's not an incredibly painful number for you, dude. It's tough to beat the house. Chapman says, why would you need money bands? Well, I don't know if you mean due to live poker being less available these days. You don't need them for your online poker roll. That's not the point, if that's what you mean. But trust me, they are quite handy for some dollar bills, some actual dollar bills, not the virtual type. Surely you've seen people with rubber bands that break every so often. And maybe you don't need money bands. Maybe you just want to support the channel, you know? Support poker vlogging. Grab a money band. Or 3. It's an interesting world out there, you know? Someone says $9 too expensive. Someone else says, I just lost $18,000 playing blackjack. Interesting. Yeah, it's tough to beat the casino in house games, you know? There is the whole counting cards thing, but it's tough in blackjack. The edge is so small, and if they catch on to you doing that, utilizing that strategy, then they can back you off the table, whether you're winning or losing. So they're not going to let you win your money back if you're stuck. And then they ban you from playing it. So one of the several reasons to play poker instead of the other casino games, because the casino doesn't care who wins in poker. If you win a lot of money playing poker, casino doesn't mind. They're happy to have you. I'm going to fold the king 9. Top pair. We'll get him. Don't worry. Him or her. Don't know if that's him or her. This is the same person that keeps raising to a sizable amount. All right. Getting a little tired of it though. Added chip. Well, we fade a shove behind us. See what's going on here. He's 10, not performing super well. So based on this one hand of showdown, looks like he is opening premium hands for those somewhat larger sizings. Happy to have not 3-bet like I was just about to. See another jam over here. Raise jam. Yeah, if there's ever like any sort of like lag happening, like Pandaloo says, your image is lagging video versus audio. Just try refreshing. Just try refreshing the stream, refreshing the browser. I've seen someone mention that here and there, not super frequently, but occasionally. Tiger Bomb KS. Hey Andrew, Remember me from that one meetup game? I'm sure you do. You said nice hand to me, but I forget the board. Oh man, you'll never live it down, I bet. You're right. I'll never live it down. But it helps ease the pain with that 666 donation, dude. Thanks. Tiger Balm. Thanks for hanging out. C-Dub says, how many days is this event? This is day 2. Day 3 is the final table, which I think is on Saturday. So they really stretch it out, this one. But it's quite the premier event, even though the buy-in is so low, to put a $3 million guarantee on a tournament and to put up a $4.7 million prize pool. Might as well stretch it out, talk about it over multiple weeks. They got to be thrilled with that result, a $3 million guarantee, especially when there's a lot of competition going on right now in the online events series in the summertime, which usually doesn't happen. Usually in the summertime, since people are out doing summertime things, enjoying the good weather in the United States and elsewhere, and also the WSOP in Vegas is going on, usually online poker takes a pretty big dip seasonally during the summertime. So usually online poker sites are less likely to run a big event. But right now, with the lockdown quarantine situation going on and no live event in Las Vegas, a bunch of sites decided to fire at events and create some competition for the first time during the summertime. So it's been interesting to watch that unfold and see how the events do. This tournament, clearly a big success. Some of the other events on other sites have done mediocre, but it's good to see. It's good to see that competition. Always good for the consumer, is it not? Charles says, I print money playing poker, yet too stupid and play blackjack. Probably doesn't help that I'm a dealer too. I used to have the bad habit myself, playing the casino games, just trying to hit a quick score, some quick and easy money, but just doesn't work that way. You know, it's much better to do something where you don't mind the process, the long-term process, and then the results will come on their own. With the casino games, I just got sick of like paying a vig, you know? It's like when you win in the casino games, based on the odds, they don't pay you as much as you should have gotten paid. That's how they make money, right? Let's raise it up with the 8s. So you're just slowly financing the casino. Casino is still going to make money off of poker, but you're going to have an edge versus the other players if you put in the work. If you want to, you know, if you want to put in the work. I was going to check raise this flop, but didn't get that opportunity. He's only got 6 big blinds here, so maybe a little bit handcuffed on this board. This player is in here as well with 27 big blinds. Just not a good board for us. Good river for us. Bet enough to put this guy all in. Feels like we always have the best hand here. I don't think the open jam with this hand is all that bad for 21.5 big blinds. You take a little bit more conservative route here. Fold the queen 5. Gets it done anyway. Couple of ace queens. Shout out to Jody S. in Melbourne, Florida. Picking up the stickers, the classic vinyl stickers. $7. Also a pack of 3. Thanks, Jody. Appreciate it. Jeremy says, come on, Andrew, we're all counting on you. It's a lot of pressure. Lots of pressure, you guys. Ernesta says, bad news, dropped out of the Colossus. Good news, I get to watch Andrew. Thanks, buddy. GG. Good run. What's up, Porky Pig? We got Porky Pig in the chat. Michael says, can you play in the States outside of New Jersey and Nevada? This, as mentioned before, is on GGPoker, which you have to be outside of the United States to play on. In the United States, we have WSOP.com, which you can only play from Nevada, New Jersey, and Delaware. Gonna let go of the Jack 5 no matter what. So we're a little bit below average here in the 1K event, the 1100 event. Not panicking just yet. The slow reveal, no good. 8-3, also no good. 1.5 million chips, healthy stack, good for 67th place at the moment. Do you think satellites are worth it? Sure, they can be worth it. If direct buy-in is a little bit on the pricey side, play some satellites. Some of the best stories in poker come from people winning satellites and then winning the event that they satellited into. Thanks, Scott Hammond. Thanks for the kind words. Appreciate it, dude. Crivillian says it's winter here. Yeah, fair enough. It's winter in South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure where you're located. Fours. Probably call facing not that. Not call. Not facing a 15, 16 big blind jam. Good hand, dude. Good hand. One of these guys that was on the shorter stack, maybe call it off and hope to flip. King, queen, another open. Deuces, we can defend. Hope to flop a deuce one time. That's not a deuce. That, and that. Still going to check it. And by checking, I mean fold it. Surprised this guy didn't rip it. Pretty short. Same with this fellow. Four ways. Queen of spades. If this guy rips it, I'll probably call if it folds over to me, since we will be getting a fairly good price there. Turn open-ended to go along with our flush draw. Pretty tough spot. Our flush draw could be no good. With only one card to come, I hate it. Folding. The times we're up against something like with the king of spades or the ace of spades seems pretty bad. And for him to just rip into 3 people probably leans stronger. Flop no equity here. You got it, dude. You got it. Let's see what it is. 2 pair. So we are live with our flush and straight outs. That's a spade. Who would have scooped it? Good hand, good hand. Brendan, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? Hey, Andrew. Chris and I say hi from Austin. Thanks, man. Hope you're doing well. Winning all the Austin money or the online money or what have you. Okay, multiple jams. When we get down to 679 players, there will be another pay jump. Getting a little bit on the short side here in the 1K event with 15 bigs. The number of players that make the money in this event is just under 300. So a long way to go. Ran into it there, dude. It's an above average flop. It's above average river. Sam Street says, "How do you switch between big blind and chips on GGPoker?" You just click it. But it could be a setting. It could be a setting that you have to set up, or that you have to just click. It's pretty easy to set it up. If you go up here, settings, there is something called alternative chip display. And then I'm going to let this go. That'll do it, though. Got to set it up under that screen. Exigen says, why would you not underplay your hand? If, for example, you have aces. One second. Why would you not just check so people don't realize you have a monster and therefore are willing to bet/raise you? That can be one strategy, for sure. But the thing is, you might miss out on value when your opponent has a hand that can call you, that is still good, but not as good, but a hand that wants to just check it back. So you might miss out on one or more streets of value when you're trying to accumulate chips. So you want to do some of that. You want to check for deception sometimes. But you also need to mix that in with betting for value and betting as a bluff. So ideally, you want to have a strategy that incorporates all those different things. After he does all this tanking, I'm just going to call it off if he decides to rip it in there, I think. We're getting a little bit short. So I feel like 8s might be too good to fold facing a jam there. Aces, you guys, the ace of diamonds, the ace of spades. Come on. Let's do it, Bradley. Let's get some value here. We got to raise from under the gun. Let's try it. Let's try 8.7 bigs. Happy to see a call or a jam. We see neither. Pick up a few big blinds. Would have liked a few more. Well, I believe we see a pay jump. Is that true? There are 684 left. No, not yet. We need to lose 5 players. Here's our buddy Egyptian, Patrick Tardif, I believe, hanging out in 681, looking for a pay jump. Big flop for the ace-queen, but can they get there? Gonna fold the 7 deuce. They can. They can get there. So we lose that player. Looks like we're going to be down to 679, which I think is the jump. Is it? It is. Okay. We have secured another little pay jump here. Need to get down to 479 for the next pay jump. Good job, Patrick Tardif. You have squeaked your 2.8 big blind stack into an additional $250. Jack deuce, not really cutting it. Seeing some responses to your guys' thoughts on that king queen hand with a spade. Guess it's a fold. I fold here. Damn, this is close. Someone says call. Someone says, what does the solver say? I have no idea. Richard Laxton says, slow down, Andrew. Chilling, buddy. Chilling. Calling is definitely more fun than folding, so I can understand why you guys would want me to call there. Always easy when you see the river card. Seems pretty close. I guess with our stack size there, we can afford it. We can afford the hit. It's just tough to know. Like if we have the king of spades, feels a little better. Obviously with the ace of spades and a straight draw, feels a lot better. But we basically are never ahead with king high, and we don't know if our spade is live or not. So that's why it feels pretty close, because the jam is not super big, but we're never ahead in the moment. We don't know if we're drawing live to spades. So it doesn't seem like fold can be like terrible, you know? Those are my thoughts and feelings. What's up, Rodello E out of San Ramon, California? Picking up some black money bands. Headed your way, dude. Thank you. David H. Buffalo Grove, Illinois. Pack of bands coming your way, dude. Thanks for your support. Hope you enjoy them. So you're raising a jam. Looks like blinds just went up again. So the chip stack, not quite as gorgeous as it was in recent memory when we had like 80 big blinds, down to 35 now. Tournaments, man, you got to run good for a long time. Let's limp it in. See if we can see a cheap flop here. Hand is so-so. Doesn't have any good blocker attributes to strong hands. I guess with no showdown value and a couple of backdoors, a bet seems fine. A cheap bet. Happy with that result, of course. I'm going to bring it in here versus a stack that needs to be a little bit careful about how loose it defends. But we could fold this hand or we could raise it. We had the King 5 offsuit there. $1.5 million in chips is above average. Average stack is 1 million. Playing for that casual, super casual, incredibly casual, 595,000 first place prize. Plus a trip to Europe if they let an American in, of course. Might have to swap that for the cash value. Remains to be seen. That's a discussion for another day, but lots of fun prizes to be won. Cash and prizes. Ace King. Love to see it. Well, we're actually, I feel like we're supposed to call here with this hand. It's 13 bigs, 13 and a half bigs. We don't love it, but we have King 7. It's pretty close. It's borderline. With this chip stack, it feels okay to call it off. I know it looks ugly, but GTO says it's probably fine. Good flop here. And we're up against the exact same hand. So if he's got King 7 here, maybe he has King 6 and King 4 4 deuce, a little bit more clear cut. Kind of a tough spot here for 12.8 big blinds. It's 10.7 more. And for him to jam on the under the gun razor, all right, dude. Brad says good fold, even though I don't know what you had. We had king queen. It seems really close. Would have flopped a queen too. For him to just open rip on the under the gun razor like that, when it's not like he needs to immediately, but he does have this flag. So there's that. I'm going to check this. We don't have any diamonds to barrel. We don't really have any good cards to barrel. So depending on his sizing here, we might continue, we might fold. Sizing of 0. Going to check again. Continue versus some sizes. Tough spot here, but probably going to get this in. We're getting short. We only have 11.6. We have a suited hand. We block some strong hands. Seems like a good river card here. Just going to check it. Since we don't have any threes, I don't think, and we don't have diamonds to block those either. And he can put us in a tough spot if we go ahead and put in a bet. We get called by ace-king over there, and that's probably not going to help us. So looks like we're out of there. And we're definitely calling here. Unlucky. Unlucky run out. Happy I didn't bet the river, I think. So we are donezo out of the 1K event. GG. Did not make it into the money over here. We can re-enter. I choose not to. Just going to focus on the Colossus for now. King 7, I'm going to raise fold or just fold versus an open. Benjamin Adler says, you win a bracelet, I'll fly down and do a shot with you. All right, that's a deal, my man. What's up, Adam Lowry? Wishing you some run good. Thanks, dude. We need it. Got to turn the tide. Slipping a little bit here. Still got over 1 million chips, which is always nice. Just generally, I think. It's not all that often you have 1 million in chips. We are a little bit closer to average now, though. 1.139 is average. 1.148 is us. 558 players remaining. Need to get down to 479 for the next little pay jump. Niall says, how did you do in the last live stream? I did cash. I went out in a blaze of glory. The chat loved it. The chat pros, as the streamers call them. Gave him an absolute feast with the last hand, but we did cash. Let's get in there with ace five. Don't want to see that. Good hand, dude. Good hand. Discovered your vlog in quarantine, and I watched 130 episodes in just a couple of days. Loving the content. Super cool to see you streaming. Hi. Thanks, Radu. 130 episodes in just a couple of days. Whoa. This is binge watching at its finest, man. Ace Queen 30% heading into this river card. Spades are live, meaning the 10 of spades or the ace of spades. Or the queen of spades. Nine four out of there. Joe says shove versus under the gun open is so strong. But C-Dub says king queen if opened under the gun is a size snap call. 9-5 versus 5 big blinds? Ugh. All right, dude. Go ahead. There's a lot of hands I would call for 5 big blinds. Claudio, thanks for the entertainment, Andrew. My girl is mad at me, so it's your turn now. My turn? What's up, Julia Rose? Good to see you. Fold the 9 deuce. Eric says, what does the Brazil flag have to do with anything? I was just referencing the conversation earlier. Someone mentioned that the Brazilians, they like to gamble it up a little bit. Just some standard generalizations, you know? But it doesn't really have anything to do with it. I was just joking around. Blinds have gone up again. Stack is whittling down a little bit. It's down to 20 big blinds now. What's up, Robert? Thanks for watching. Ben Lisney, do you fly or drive to Mexico? I don't think they're letting in auto traffic at the moment. So I think the only way to get into Mexico from the U.S. is via aircraft. But once we did get here, they didn't ask any questions about what we are here to do. Like, I think for a while it was only for work reasons or for essential workers that they were allowing travel. But no sorts of those questions were given to us when we arrived here. So I think tourism travel is open, but it seems pretty slow. It seems quite slow. We went down to the marina last night, the marina area in downtown Cabo, and there were some people, but it was quite slow. And for a Saturday evening, I imagine it was relatively super slow. So hopefully all that stuff obviously gets sorted sooner than later. Joe says, Andrew, I'm 56 years young. I take my hat off to you for doing all these great adventures you're doing. Wish I could join you for a shot and a beer. You can, Joe. Come on down. Hop on a plane. Flights are super reasonable at the moment, price-wise. I think accommodations are also super reasonable. Let's find ourselves some Don Julio and a beer of your choice. Wow, what cash is this? Number 2 or number 3? I think this is the number 2 for bracelet events. No, well, not including the WSOP.com stuff. Including that, I think 3. So, not a massive number, but I haven't really played nearly as many tournaments as the guys who are firing. The Daniel Negreanos, the Phil Hummies, the Ryan LaPlantes, the who knows how many numbers of grinders that are firing. Matt Berkey playing every tournament. Can defend here versus a single raise. Not versus a 3-bet though. Egg says the sweat feature is terrible. It makes it feel like a slow roll. Maybe it can be. It can be painful when you lose, and it can be extra fun when you win. So it kind of works both ways. Yusuf says, nice to see someone at your table from Japan. I was thinking of going to Japan in late August if they allow Americans by then. And now I know we can play GGPoker, GGWSOP from there. Aces. Needs a non-spade, king or a queen. Nope. Aces are good. We would have made a straight. Would have. So easy. So easy in hindsight, is it not? Could play this a multitude of ways if it folds over to us. A little hesitant to risk the entire stack just yet. I feel like if we're a little bit shorter, then I'd be totally down for it. Although I believe we just did hit that pay jump, so maybe it's perfectly fine. There are 475 remaining, so we did hit the pay jump. We are currently guaranteed $1,761, and we don't hit another pay jump until 327 people. So a jam versus a raise and a call, it's certainly plus EV. Certainly. When it goes cutoff open, button flat call, and we have under 20 big blinds with ace-8 offsuit, certainly plus EV to jam in there. And when there's no ICM implications, such as a pay jump in the immediate future, then it makes it even more so correct to do so. But maybe I'm a little bit gun shy based on recent events. So we had the best hand. So probably a missed opportunity there to pick up at least 5 big blinds, 6 big blinds. Flat call, I think, is fine too. I don't think it's the worst option. Folding seems like it's maybe too tight. It's just a little bit tough to play out of position with a ragged ace where there's reverse implied odds. Because when it comes ace high, we're going to lose some chips, and if someone has a better ace, then we're just going to lose chips. So jamming fine, calling fine. Folding, probably not GTO, but for other reasons, maybe fine. Poker, you know? It's never clear cut. Andrew, serious question about the money bands. I want to buy some, but they look exactly like those rubber arm bracelets. You know, the ones like Live Strong, etc. Are these more stretchy? Well, they're too small to wear as bracelets, so they don't fit on your wrist. But they have the rubber band tendencies or attributes, if that's what you mean. Not sure exactly what you mean, but yeah. All right, we're on break. After all the tables finish up the current hand, then we'll actually be on break. Here's the situation. Here's our chips. Under a milli now. Going to have to make something happen because we are now under the average chip stack. And we are down to 16 big blinds. What's going to happen, you guys? Will we double up or will we flame out? We'll find out soon. Yeah, we have been in a bunch of marginal spots here. King Queen a couple of times. The one where we had King Queen with a spade, and then King Queen when we opened under the gun, and there was a jam from the low jack. Ace-8 off, I would have always used to think that Ace-8 offsuit is either a jam or a fold. But after looking at some charts, it turns out the solver actually seems to like flatting with it versus a late position open. If it's an early position open, then just a fold from the small blind. But there's so many hands that those guys are going to be opening with that we actually dominate. And I see people saying lots of different things, really, about the Ace-8. But Samir says, sorry, but call is the worst. I used to think so, too, for sure. I would never like flat there in a cash game. But when these guys are opening so many hands over there in late position, solver doesn't mind flat calling, surprisingly. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm like just reading the solver wrong, but I don't think so. Anyway. Thanks for all 2,432 of you guys watching. If you guys don't happen to be subscribed to the channel at the moment, would love it if you click the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified whenever I go live without having to rely on my Instagram posts or my tweets, you can click the little bell that is next to that subscribe button. And that should let you guys know when I go live. No pressure, though. But yeah, these streams have been pretty fun. Live stream some WSOP action. We're back. We're back with the Crabbler, the King 3, the King Crab. What's up, Nicolay? $4.99. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Andrew. Have you heard of Ignition Casino? Do you think it's fake or real? I think it's real, but it's unregulated. So they're servicing the United States of America without a license. And we get a good hand here, so we probably won't be folding under too many circumstances. I'm going to start with a standard raise here. If we just rip it in, I feel like we might only get action from hands that we are either flipping or dominated with. Maybe nines, but that might be about it. Hopefully we have induced with our small raise instead of a jam. Or hopefully he has ace-king and we win a flip. Ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack. Or pocket nines. Would love to see any of those hands. Good luck to us. All in the Colossus. He calls. We got the best hand so far. Good flop. Good turn. The slow reveal. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Up to 1.7 million in chips. 128th position. Need to get down to 327 players for another little money jump. Currently, this next payout is not correct. Next payout is actually $1,761. Currently guaranteed that much. Would like to see that flop. Yeah, so there are sites that people do play on occasionally that do service the U.S., but anytime there's a site that's unregulated, which means not licensed by any either federal or state gaming boards, gaming bodies in the United States, the thing to do is to protect yourself by not leaving any amount of money on the site that you would lose any sleep over. Because you can always deposit again. And by the way, this is not a vouch for that casino that you were asking about by any stretch. But there are a decent number of people that play on there. And yeah, you can always, add more if you want to. But there's no reason to leave a significant balance of money on an unregulated site. If that makes sense, let me know. Let me know if that's clear. I'm going to let the ace deuce suited go in early position. Shipment, still on his lunch break. Hello from Russia. All right. Shout out to Russia. Jamin Burton. Back hanging out. If flat is fine, but jam, there is a great spot. Almost 20 big blinds for others to call, especially from small blind. Yep, I can totally get behind a jam there. I think jam was the play. Obviously, after seeing the cards, seeing their hands, it's like so clear after you see their cards, and it's hard to not get influenced by that for me too. So when you see ace four and king jack suited, it really feels like jamming there is just super clear cut. But if you see ace queen there and they just snap you off and you bust, and it's maybe I could have waited a few more hands. So it's real easy to be results oriented. But I gotta think that versus a cutoff and a button flat with ace eight plus EV jam for sure. Again, with no pay jump happening in the near future. Eight-5 offsuit versus the hijack open. I am just gonna let it go. What if flops an open ender? I mean, we don't know for certain if the when we click that rabbit hunt feature, we don't know for certain if the cards are continuously shuffled. Does it stop shuffling when you click the rabbit hunt? Does it stop? At what point does it stop shuffling? Is it before the flop? Does it stop shuffling immediately after the or just before the hand is about to begin? I don't know. Whatever. Who knows? It's still fun. Again, Andrew Fish tendencies showing themselves. There's going to be times where I will limp to trap. So I don't need to only have these suited otherwise crappy hands. I can have some big hands there where I am limping the trap. Ten-9 suited. I think we can call in position here and see a flop. Not the flop we were looking to see. Not too much to be done here. I had the 10 of clubs and the 9 of clubs there. With 30 big blinds, 32 big blinds. Sorry if my voice gets loud as I'm into the microphone as I'm chatting with Brad, who's downstairs, sweating the action. He's got the table open downstairs. Still need to give you guys a proper tour of this house. Jean-Francois, $1.99. Checked the solver. Says bracelet for Andrew today. Gotta love the solver. Got to love it. Gotta love Jean-Francois. Golden Boy says, does this end today? We played out of the final table today. Final table happens on Saturday. Andrew, is the payout shown taking out the 9% you sold? I don't think so. I don't think it adjusted based on that. So my payout is 91% of these numbers because I sold 9% of myself for this event. Interesting feature on GGPoker. A, you can sell action directly on the platform for tournaments. B, you can sell action if you make a day 2. It will adjust your markup, I guess. What is it called? Your adjusted stack markup. So pretty cool feature that tried out for the first time today. I sold 1% shares. I was going to sell 10 of them, but I did it really late and 9 of them were purchased. So sold 9% at the adjusted share markup based on how many chips you're taking into day 2 and what the value of that chip stack should be. How to swimming pool. Hey, Andrew, how do we buy into your tournament play? I've been posting on Instagram and just Instagram when I'm selling shares so far. But they've been mostly small. Is that true? No. I mean, I guess I sold half of the 1,500 event. So, yeah, I've been posting on Instagram. It's YAY Andrew on there. So if you give me a follow, then that's a good way to find out. Not too sure how else to do it between Instagram and Twitter. I guess also vlogs, but vlogs generally come out once a week, and it's hard to put out notice in the shorter term. Jack 9, going to open it. It's playable. We prefer not to see a jam from Shipment here, or from anybody, for that matter. That's a super small 3-bet, so we're going to have to call this. It's only 2 big blinds more. Total pot 8 big blinds. Going to look for some connectivity here, please. Flop a gutter, 2 clubs, unfortunately, rather than hearts. Problem is I don't see him folding for one bet with an ace or an overpair since it's double paired here. Now we have not too much choice here. Good hand, dude. Good hand. Continuing on, finding another playable hand. Okay, well, we are about to be all in here. Flop ourselves top pair. Half pot wager, perhaps. Maybe slightly more. Going with it facing a shove. Happy to pick up any chips at this point. Any number of big blinds. Back over 20 bigs. Fold the 8-9. Jeffrey Fogel, thanks, dude. Thanks for the $2. Bovada, question mark, and how many players left? The clock is up here. I am in position number 217 out of 373 remaining. And Bovada, question mark. Not sure if you're asking about Bovada in general, but that is the same brand as Ignition, I think. If you're asking what site this is GGPoker, home of the WSOP. Your voice does not get much louder, FYI, when chatting with Brad. Good to know. I try to sit back a little bit. This microphone seems pretty sensitive to proximity. Terrible hand in the big blind. Marco says, San Francisco Giants. Brad's San Francisco Giants are abysmal. Uh-oh. He says they won yesterday. Thomas, good luck from Vegas. Thanks, buddy. We will be not continuing. Patrick says, any tension between you and Brad with the difference in number of YouTube subscribers you both have? Yes. He says, is there any tension between you and Brad with the difference in number of YouTube subscribers you both have? I'm going to be all in here, ripping it in. Somewhat similar of a situation. It's a little bit less good that this guy's in middle position rather than the cutoff or hijack, but getting down, getting on the short side again. There's not an immediate pay jump, but ace jack offsuit, 20 big blinds. We'll get snapped off here by a better hand, but we'll still have 30% a lot of the time. So just gonna have to live with it. And we'll get a fold sometimes. All right, let's take a hand off. What's up, Frank? Hi, Andrew. Greets from good old Germany. I wish you the best of luck for the tournament. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the 10 euro. Need it, dude. Need it in these things. Oof. Queens were in good shape. Now they're in terrible shape. Might lose our neighbor from Brazil here. GG, dude. Here's a look at some chip stacks. Need to get down to 327 players before we see a little pay jump. You can see a bunch of stacks here, 2.4, 2.6, 2.8, 3 big blinds. So a lot of these guys are going to be looking to try and get to that pay jump. We got a pair. Well, it's only 7-handed here. Happy to win pre-flop or see a flop and flop a deuce and not call a shove. So it's probably a little bit loose from this position generally. But with this player gone and only 7-handed, feels less bad, but could probably just get away with a fold there. No Fear says, what was that opening with Jack 9 anyway? You guys might be surprised, and I was surprised as well, that some of the hands that you can open with, if you start doing some studying of tournaments specifically, which a lot of it is kind of new to me as well as a long-time live cash game player. But if you start looking at some tournament charts, there's a lot that can be pretty eye-opening for you that is based on the math and the solvers. So you might be surprised what is mathematically correct to open with, even from early position, even from under the gun. Don't listen to me. Find out for yourself. There's some study material spots. You can click the link in the description box. I talk about. I wrote a blog post that talks about some spots to do some studying at. We're not finding like any real solid hands here in the small blind when it folds around to us. Bet the one big blind. There's not a whole lot going on this board for us. Obviously no showdown value. Happy to open this if it folds around to us. Is he in the money yet? Yes, Jack, we are in the money. Could do a number of things here, especially versus this guy who's probably opening super wide with 100 big blind stack. Approaching a pay jump here, 327 players. Need to get down to that number before we see that pay jump, but these pay jumps are not super significant, but they matter a little bit. Each one is something to consider. What's up, Sketch Me Not in India? Never been to India. Who here in this chat has been to India? And what can you tell us about your time there? Blinds going up again, of which we have 17.7 of them. Michael says, prefer a dude in a bow tie dealing cards. Don't trust the computers. Then again, never won one of these. Fair enough. I know a lot of people they're not going to get into the whole online poker thing. It's just not going to be for them. But the convenience of it, I'm telling you, it's pretty unparalleled. When it comes to poker, at least. On the bubble of another pay jump here. Currently guaranteed this much. One more player gone and we get a little jump. And looks like it has happened. So, currently guaranteed $2,118.67. We have 5x'd our money by playing this event at least. H. Husko says, why are you tapping all the time? Can't help it, dude. Combination of playing the drums for years and general nervous energy, I guess. I'll try my best. Jean-Francois, I'll get to you in a second. God, I keep getting into these like super close spots. You got it, man. You got it, man. Jean-Francois says, could you restock the favorable pullover hoodie? Best fit and quality ever. Need a second one. We do need to restock. We need to restock some things. Glad you dig it though. Pretty thrilled with the way these favorable apparel items have been put together by Boosie, who does all of it herself. As far as like the design and sourcing goes, at least. Appreciate you though, Jean-Francois. What's up, Ian? Hey, Andrew, do you think the WSOP will forever be changed even after the pandemic is over? Not sure what you mean. As far as like number of people that are going to want to get together and play poker, I think there might be like a little bit of lasting feelings about it. As this ace-3 needs to find a 3 or a deuce and cannot. But I think it'll be back. I mean, especially if we can sort out some sort of a vaccine or real solid cure for things. I think it will get back to what it once was, its former glory in a live version. Ace King, love to see it, y'all. So flat call. Would much have preferred something else there. There's a short stack battle now. Rough. You have to imagine that like his unpaired strong hands that we are ahead against would just rip it all in pre-flop. Obviously, wish I had just ripped it in pre-flop now, but went for the induce, and we did not get to see that. All right, guys. Short city. Ten deuce, not going to cut it. Ian, thanks for that 666. Appreciate it, dude. And Jeffrey Fogel, thanks for the $2. Jeffrey says, I sent you my movie to watch. Who is Lou Gehrig? I believe I recall that. I'm going to have to go back into my DMs and take a look. But thank you for the $2. Appreciate that, Jeffrey. Yeah, I would like to have the ace king hand back and just open rip it, of course. But obviously was going for the more standard open. Hope to induce some jams. Fold out less hands. No more Twitch streaming, says I like tater tots. No, just been hanging out here on YouTube. It's too tough to manage two chat boxes when playing a tournament, and I could just ignore the Twitch chat, but that seems bad. Seems bad to do. Jack Fisher says we can't hear you. Seems like everybody else can hear me, Jack Fisher, so I might want to check things on your end, dude. Not too sure what's up. All right. We will not be min opening with this hand. We're all in. Let's go, guys. Can we find a double up once again? Kind of want action now. Happy to get it. We do get the action. We're going to be all in here. We need some help. Diamonds or a queen? Let's take a diamond, please. Down to a queen. The slow reveal. Nope. It's a deuce. GG, guys. GG. Good run. This is the prize. $2,118.67, or 90% of whatever that is. 90% of whatever that is, or 91%, I guess, is what I get. 1% to nine different people of this amount out to the investors. Made a good run. One of these days, it's tough. It's tough to beat thousands of people in a tournament. Tough to do. Tough to run good for an entire tournament. I do think it's possible. I'm not sure, but I do think it's possible. Mostly happy with it, but definitely some spots to tweak and take a look at with some tournament professionals. There's some spots where I'm not sure if it's like just an open jam or play more conservatively based on different stack sizes and things like that. But that's going to happen, I guess, as a not traditionally profession tournament grinder, cash game grinder, always learning things, etc. Let's see here. 3,110 of you fine folks here. Guillaume says ace 10 preflop jam early position with 17 big blinds. I'm sure it's plus EV. But something else I've noticed is that people seem to be waiting a little bit until they get a little bit shorter. It seems like tournament professionals, they jam a little bit less frequently than what the solver says is plus EV. Like it's definitely plus EV, probably, to jam with that ace 10, blocking some good hands, getting a lot of respect from under the gun. But something I've noticed that tournament players do is they seem to wait until it gets a little bit shorter. I guess it probably depends on the structure that they're playing. But with 15-minute levels, it seems okay to open rather than to jam. But Ace King was a fold. It just won a hand. It is a rigged algorithm. Maybe. Yusuf says, got to rip Ace King pre. Yep. When it doesn't work out, like I said, it's always just like, it's so easy to look at in hindsight. Everything, when you see the cards after the fact, everything is just so easy. But as long as you have reasons for doing things and you're not just like randomly clicking buttons, you can take those theories and you can go and test them. You can ask players that have had additional success, more success than you have, then get their opinions. But yeah, I think with a hand like Ace King, ripping it all in and not being put to a tough spot pre-flop when you don't connect, which is going to happen more often than when you do connect, I think that's okay. I think it's preferred to jam it, but it seemed like there was some good action that was happening on my left. So I was hoping to get a re-raise out of somebody on the left rather than just fold out more of their hands. Someone says, these guys play super aggressive, Andrew. That's kind of what I felt like with the players on my left. I felt like there was a decent number of re-raises, 3-betting going on, squeeze situations happening. And I was hoping to see another one with the Ace King, but it was not to be. Featuring 21 for being a drummer. Keep up the good work, brother. Thanks, dude. We had some level of good work and some level of work that needs to be tweaked today. Happy to get another cash on the board. $2,100. We over 5x'd our money for this event. Appreciate it though, dude. Appreciate the €10. Thanks for rolling along. Glad you enjoyed the show. Never induce with less than 13 big blinds. WTF, says Doug. Fair enough, man. I hear you. I'll never do it again. I don't want to disappoint you. I'm just hanging out, reading the chat, watching you guys watch the demise, the ace queen hands. Very standard jam from under the gun. Alex says, I literally live across the highway from where you are staying. Come have a beer after you ship this. All right, if I ship a tournament, I'll come have a beer with you. There it is. Dust. Dusto. The dream. The dream is gone for one day. Let's see. Next stream. So I don't think there's any bracelet events that I'll be firing at either Monday or Tuesday. So that means next potential stream is on Wednesday, I think. And let me see if I can take a look at the schedule here. I got the WSOP.com schedule. Give me a second here. Not finding it. Not finding it via Google. I have it on my phone here, though. So let's see. Wednesday is Wednesday the 29th. There's a 2.5K. So I'm not too sure about that one. Yeah, there's nothing on Monday. Tuesday is a $10,000 short deck championship. I'm going to sit that one out. Wednesday is a 2.5K event. So I think I'm sort of like on the fence about that. I might just work on vlogs. I might stream in between now and then, though, just like playing some smaller tournaments. We'll see. We are going to get Brad's stream up and running, though. So look for him probably to stream before me. Hopefully we can get that fired up before the next bracelet event that we both play. Appreciate all your GGs here in the chat. Appreciate all you guys hanging out and sweating the action. But on Thursday is an $840 bounty event. So we'll fire at that one. We'll get in there and play that on Thursday. And looks like nothing on Friday. And then Saturday is a $500 deep stack. So Thursday and Saturday, very likely to stream. I think it's around the same time, noon or so, my time, local time, Cabo time. And Wednesday, we'll see. If I do play Wednesday, I'll be selling action. And if I do sell action, I'll post about it on Instagram. That seems to be the easiest spot to let the most number of people know. So I'll post about it on Instagram if I play it, because I'll be selling action. But yeah, Thursday, if not Wednesday, Brad's stream. We'll get that fired up as well. Okay, guys, let's wrap it up here. Wrap it up, ski. Maybe. There we go. Full screen. More vlogs to come, more streams to come, more caches to come, more me misplaying Ace King to come, more me playing some good hands as well. And eventually, one of these days, one of these weeks, one of these years, a bracelet will be won live stream here on this very channel. Won't that be something? Thanks for rolling along with me. Hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay well, and see you guys again very soon. Cheers, y'all.